Hey guys, welcome to DBHandmades. My name is Danielle, and today we're going to be making Pom Pom from the game Honkai Star Rail. And I have been enjoying not just making my friends amigurumi, but also I really like to create new patterns as I go. So you're going to get a little peek, a little insight into my process. I've got my laptop. As I opened up Microsoft Word, and I'm going to be crocheting. So I hope you enjoy my process, and let's get to it. So this is the first yarn that I will be using in charcoal gray. Make sure to have a 6mm crochet hook. Mine is from Clover Moore. Obviously I have my laptop here for making my pattern, obviously my coffee, some stitch markers, and that's it for now. Whenever I'm making a pattern for the very first time, I just Google search some images for inspiration, so I'm going to show you the ones that I am working off of. So here are the photos. Isn't he just so precious? So here he is in the game. Here he is as a plushie. I found him without his costume, so it'll make it easier to know how to make him first before I make his cute little costume. But yeah, this is always a very helpful thing to do before I start any pattern. During this time, I'm kind of just in the experimental process of, is this how big I want the top of Pom Pom's head to be? I might frog it or undo it if I want it bigger or smaller, but I can't imagine wanting it any smaller than this, because again, I want a huggable size Pom Pom. So this is what the top of the head for Pom Pom looks like. I really like the size. I'm gonna add this white here for the face. Okay, so if you're ever curious as to how I actually add a new color, I just undid this previous single crochet, and this is where I'm going to add the white. And then I do some more single crochets, but I do it with the white now. Now I'm about to decrease, and you're probably thinking, oh dear, we have two different colors. Well, here is how I normally do this. So I loop through with white, and then instead of bringing white through, I loop gray in here, and then I complete my decrease. So this is what I have so far. I have a white face, and the rest of the head is gray. One thing that I thought I could just BS is this white yarn isn't really the same thickness as the gray yarn, and I thought I could just magically make it work. It looks okay, but I don't like how it has the, you can see the gaps in between the stitches. It's just going to be more obvious when I sew things on there. I'm really tempted to just take it all apart and I don't know. So now I'm going to stuff Pom Pom's head and just see if we really like how his head looks or if we need to do something different. So here we go.
overall I'm pretty satisfied with how he looks actually. Even though it's a little bit, the white is a little bit of a smaller, thinner yarn, but not by much. It's still chunky. Kind of makes him look like he's got a chin. So this is what we have so far, and I actually am really happy with Pom Pom's head. I'm going to make the body next. Gone ahead and attached the first leg to the second leg, or I should say the second leg onto the first leg by doing a single crochet.
This is Pom Pom's body. I'm very excited. So when I asked my husband if this seemed like a good size, he's like, is it gonna be bigger? And I'm like, no, because his hat is literally going to make him twice as tall. It's half of his height. So I think it's gonna be plenty big. I made the little belly, little white belly. It's gonna mostly be covered up by his little conductor outfit, his little coat, but the bottom part of the belly gets displayed. So I decided to actually add an extra row of single crochets of charcoal to the head, which I think it looks a little better. Now I'm gonna sew the head to the body. One kind of trick that I've picked up and have had success with in the past is if a character has a coat on or jacket or outfit, I'll make the jacket first and then I'll make the arm with the sleeve and then attach it. I find it a lot easier, and then you're not having to design armholes and stuff. Pom Pom has one outfit. So if in the future the designers of the game decide, oh, Pom Pom has multiple outfits, I think I'm okay with just designing Pom Pom in this way. I'm using this for his coat. I'm also going to use black, which will outline his sleeves and his little coat. So I'm very excited. So while I am making Pom Pom's coat, which, as I said before, it kind of flares out on the bottom, it's going to be bordered by black on the bottom, and then his little tail is going to stick out right here. I think we're ready for the black outline. But while I'm getting ready to do that, I was just thinking how I love how I got this yarn while I was on a date with my hubby, and then also I when we were doing date night yesterday, I downloaded the game on my phone and we played it while we were waiting for our food. And I got to see Pom Pom then too. So it was just funny. I really like that we both share and have fun playing video games, and even the same video games together. It makes it really great. So I've made Pom Pom's arms. They're so cute. One thing I'm gonna do is when I'm sewing on his arms is make sure, in order to make a shoulder effect, is kind of round this top round that I've folded in half, that it's kind of bunched up like this, and it will create a shoulder effect. I am going to make a floofy tail.
I put my crochet hook in one of the stitches, like so. I'm gonna pull through a loop. Yarn over and pull both through. They don't have to be even. They're already super long. So what I'm gonna do is actually just double knot them. I'm just gonna repeat this until the tail is as full as I want it to be. I'm gonna do some trimming. But I think that's gonna be a very key thing to put in my notes is don't trim until the coat is on. Yeah. Okay, so the next step for Pom Pom is his neckline, which is like very floofy. And let me show you what it's supposed to look like. So there's his little neckline right there. And then I do so many single crochet rows. And then here you've got that decrease row. I'd increase again, and then I'd do a bunch of single crochets again. So this kind of just gives you a little bit of that floofiness that we want. For the eyes, I actually have my clearance yarn that I found a couple months ago at Hobby Lobby, and I felt this was a perfect color for his eyes. And then we'll do the hat after the face. Keep in mind, the eyes, I am making, or I'm actually using a worsted weight or a 4 weight yarn. So I'm going to be switching to a 3.5mm crochet hook or E. And then I'm going to start off with black for the pupil, and then switch to the blue, and then white. That looks pretty good for first draft of the eye. So I've gone ahead and done the top of Pom Pom's hat, and I did it with a 5mm crochet hook, so then the stitches would be a little tighter, and I knew I'd be using the same thickness of yarn. So let's see. This is kind of a good gauge of seeing if it's gonna be big enough. I believe that it works. And he looks so cute. I love his eyes. I love his eyes. So now to attach the red yarn to the top of the hat, I have a slip stitch here. So what I'm gonna do is kind of undo my slip stitch, yarn through, and instead of pulling through black yarn, I'm gonna pull through the red yarn. So that, and then I pull, let's see, so that there's the red yarn instead on top. So let's see if it fits. I'm just kidding, I know it doesn't fit. Okay, so it doesn't fit exactly, but once I sew it on, I think it will be a pretty good fit. I want to add a lot more things on first before I attach his hat on. So you know how you start out a project and you're like, oh, I'm just gonna use a few yarns, these 3-4 colors. It's a lot simpler in your head, and then you complicate things, which I definitely tend to do, and I'm adding a lot more yarns than I thought I was going to. It's fun to discover how much more you need, versus if you already have a pattern made and you already know what materials you're going to need ahead of time, then you can kind of budget it out. But yeah, this is just an interesting thought I had. What I'm thinking about doing for the gears is the following. So I did a chain 1 and then slip stitch 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I'm thinking of doing, let's see, 1, 2, 3, and then double crochet in the same stitch, double crochet in the next stitch, chain 1, and then slip stitch down the side of the double crochet, slip stitch back into this stitch that the double crochet is in, and then slip stitch into the next stitch. Thinking, since I want to do the same thing here on the other side, I'm going to slip stitch until I get to this stitch, because then when it's on the hat, it'll look like this. Like you'll have the gears here, and then you'll have 2 more side gears here. So there's gonna be a little bit of a time jump in regards to Pom Pom's progress, because I was on the phone with customer service, and so I was either gonna wait to crochet so that I could video my progress, or I was gonna keep my sanity and crochet while on hold with customer service. So I chose my sanity and I'm glad that I did. Very, very happy with his progress. Look at that! It's Pom Pom!
I have finished Pom Pom's ears. How do they look? So what's cool is I decided to half double crochets on this side of Pom Pom's ear, on this side, and then just continued with single crochets on the inner ear. And then it creates this little shape organically.
That's right. You crochet so often, and hubby pays attention that he knows your frustrated crochet stance. And demeanor is a better word.
That's funny.
It's gonna be okay.
Thank you. You cannot handle the cuteness. Look at how cute. Look at how cute. Oh my god, look at how big his ears are. And he's so cute. I'm so excited. And now all that's left to do, I say all that's left to do, are the side pieces of his hat and his cheeks. And then he's got a little watch, a little pocket watch. That was the word I was looking for. A little pocket watch that hangs here, and the chain kind of hangs off of here. And he's got anyways, he's got some detailing I've got to finish, but I can see finishing Pom Pom today.
And second slip stitch, chain 1, single crochet in the same stitch, single crochet again, chain 1, and slip stitch. Now we're going to make sure that this fits all the way around the ear. This part is going to be sewn onto, and then this kind of the gear portion of it is going to be sewn onto the hat. So I have created kind of a rough draft of the side panel that goes above his ears.
I have to like not look at him as I'm working now, because like I can't stand it. I'm so happy that I have him now. It'll look like that. Okay, so I have done some detailing on Pom Pom's ear band. I have sewn on the ear patch. I think it looks really cute. So I proudly present to you Pom Pom. Pew, 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 pew. All aboard! Look how freaking cute he is! Oh my god! Oh my goodness! I just can't even. I just can't even. He's got little cheeks now. Oh my gosh. Wow. Oh my gosh. And he's so cuddly. He's so... oh. And my husband almost didn't give him back to me to finish this video.
He's just like, what do you stand there for? And I'm like, I'm not done with him yet. I gotta show you guys. So after I'm done with this video, I'm gonna go give it back to him, which he'll be very happy about. I'm I am so floored by how, I'm happy with how he looks. I'm so happy that we have a pom-pom. I thought, again, this is something I thought would be a little simpler to do than it turned out to be, but I have no regrets. We now have Pom Pom, and now we can make the little bubble sounds that he makes when he walks around. So it's like bloop, 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 bloop. It's so funny. Oh my god. Well, thank you so much, guys, for joining me today and watching my video on how I made Pom Pom and how I made his pattern. And if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a like, a thumbs up, and if you really enjoyed my yarny shenanigans, please subscribe, and see you guys next time. Okay, Pom Pom, say goodbye. Bye-bye.